Morning YouTube viewers and subscribers. The engine on my table today is one I just picked up from a local modeler friend of mine, and it's a circa 1966-67 OS Max H60 engine. Now those of you that watch my videos on a regular basis know that I was also given one of these from an awesome modeler, but it was actually the later version that had the gold head and the front intake. But anyway, so I bought this engine primarily just for the purpose of using it as a engine to demonstrate cleaning. So what I'm going to do is just disassemble this engine completely, or at least as far down as I can go, and then I'm going to get on with my video on cleaning this engine. I don't know the history of this engine. It has good compression and it rotates freely. It has some really screwed up head screws. In fact, every one of these head screws is going to have to be replaced should I decide to actually put this thing back together and run it. I did go ahead and kind of pre-loosen these because some of the heads were so wallowed out I wasn't sure I was going to be able to get at them, and I didn't want this to turn into one of those videos where I have to drill screws out. I really just want to get it disassembled so I can get it cleaned up and then go from there. So every screw on here is probably going to be replaced with a socket head, cap head screw, because these are just in really horrible shape. So let's get on with the disassembly of this engine. Now I was really hoping that it would come with the actual stock muffler, but that's not the case. So, but the throttle arm moves freely. Like I said, this engine, it shows its age. The drive washer here is really marred up. Really marred up. It's in really bad shape. You'll see this a lot better once I get it all cleaned up. And it looked like it also had a little bit of damage down here. So I mean, clearly this engine is not in the best of shape, but I mean, but it's over 50 years old, so I mean, what do you expect? I don't think any of us that are over 50 years old are really in the best of shape. Now obviously I'm sure these gaskets, whatever gaskets are on this thing, are not going to survive. So this thing is just filthy. Yeah, there used to be a gasket there, it looks like. Not anymore. Amazingly, there wasn't even a gasket on this. Doesn't appear. Like I said, I wish I knew more about the history of this engine, because these bearings actually don't feel too bad. But seeing as I'm going to be cleaning this engine and completely tearing it down, it doesn't really matter. Now this should have, I thought it would have a Woodruff key. It's kind of hard to see. It almost looks like maybe this one doesn't have a Woodruff key and it's just one of those tapered collet type of arrangements. Here's the finished product after the cleaning, and I see that I've got just a little bit here. Oh, that just came right off. So this is after the cleaning. It looks 10 times better, I think. It's not perfect, but there's some modeling of the case, and that's probably just due to age. But I think overall this engine looks a heck of a lot better than it did. So there's an example of what that LA's Totally Awesome cleaner and an ultrasonic bath can do.